have a really fun thing we're going to do right now. I'm going to ask Eric and Katrina Oliver to come out here. How many of you have been to the boot camp we do here at Harvest? There are a few of you out there, so you know Eric and Katrina. We are so, we're so blessed to have them part of Harvest, and it's just awesome that he owns a gym here in Riverside, and to do a boot camp costs a lot, get a personal trainer costs a lot, but he does this because he wants to serve the Lord with the gifts and calling that he has, and he comes to Harvest, and our staff has so benefited from the workouts that you do here. I mean, how many people on staff are getting healthy and serving the Lord with more strength and energy and
yeah, we do. We see a lot of people. We have a lot of staff, and a lot of the congregation, goes to the gym or goes to the boot camp as well. But, first and foremost, the gym that I have in Riverside, I just want to make sure everybody knows that it's the Lord's gym, and I just run it. So I'm very, very fortunate to be able to do that.
Thank you so much, though.
No problem.
Yeah. So, okay, here we are. We're here to talk about not just what we eat, but what we do with our bodies, and why is it important to work out? Why should we bother? I mean, I was your beautiful wife, Katrina. Isn't she just absolutely gorgeous?
Thank you.
She has 2 little ones at home.
Yep.
And I know that you are busy taking care of this guy and watching over the things at home, and the little ones keep you going, but you make time to work out.
I sure
and
do.
They're little. They're not like in school yet. They're little guys.
They're 4 and 2, but I don't have a choice. My husband is a trainer. He makes me work out, so I don't have a choice. But no.
She was working out before, though. So
don't blame him for it, or don't give him all the credit.
She was working out before, so.
No, you make me work out. That's the truth.
Because he loves you.
Right.
No. Honestly, as a stay-at-home mom, most of us, either we work or, we stay at home. But for me, when I wake up in the morning, I look at it as I'm waking up to get ready to work for the Lord, Yeah. And so I rise early. I have that devotion time with God. And when I do that, it's quiet in the house. My showers are peaceful. And when you wake up before your kids, that just helps.
Tell them how early you wake up.
4 o'clock. 4 a.m.
But tell them what time to go to bed at night.
9.
And the 4 o'clock is
on
the
trade-off.
The 4 o'clock is on the weekends too. So
yes.
they don't give us a day.
Well, it's kind of hard to, when you're in a sort of routine, suddenly change that for 2 days and then go back to the routine. It's probably easier to stay consistent. But that's how you get the quiet time in. Yeah. That's how you get the quiet shower in. That's how you get your workouts in.
And what I do is, for me in my home, Sunday evenings, I pray over my days, my schedule. I pray over it and I ask God, okay, Lord, what do you want me to do this week in my home? And, will I have time for myself? Because as moms, we put in so much energy, with our kids, which is rewarding, but we also need that time for ourselves. And the time that I have for myself, I give it to the Lord. And when I go and I work out, I include God in my workouts. When I'm running on that treadmill, I'm like, Lord, I'm like, 1 more mile for you. And he just, he encourages me. I'll have, my Christian music on my iPod, and that really, it helps tremendously just to be able just to release the stresses that us as women, we hang on to, so.
Eric, tell us why, or maybe the better question is how, at different stages of a woman's life, we can make time. Or it's so interesting because, here you are, a young mom with little ones, and I'm sort of in that, my children are grown, they're out of the house. I have grandchildren now. I have a little more time, but my challenges are, that whole change of life thing is happening, and I find, there's a lot of stress, a lot of, I was telling Holly, I have a hard time sometimes sleeping at night. I mean, how does a workout help a woman my age?
Well, exercise is important for everybody, and I think it starts when the kids are little. and whether that's them doing jumping jacks or running in the park, or we play hide and go seek with our kids, or whatever it may be, just getting them up and getting them out doing something is better. And so for women especially, the things that you guys go through, because there's so much pressure on you, as you work out, a lot of us in this room may be going through menopause. And when you work out, you're less likely to suffer from those symptoms of menopause. You may start to develop osteoporosis. And so when you work out, you'll be less likely to get injured if you're working out. I know for Katrina, she'll probably speak on it a little bit later, is when we go through our
menstrual cycle.
I didn't say it.
The cramps, the migraines. The mood swings.
It helps when you work out,
It does.
And so you're able to get some stamina and some energy to be able to go through that difficult time.
Yes.
Also, just to be healthy, you want your heart and your lungs to be healthy. You want to be able to have more energy for your kids and energy for your family and energy at work. So, exercise is really plays a big, important role in just everything that you do on a daily basis.
I think for me, 3 years ago, when the Lord took Christopher home, there were days when I did not want to get out of bed. There were days when I just wanted to pull the covers over my head, and I didn't care, I really didn't care. And it was hard to wake up to the reality of, just a seismic change in my life. And I was active and running and pretty fit, I would say, more than anything else. I was doing stuff, but I didn't want to. I just sort of lost my motive to do that, and I felt the Lord one day tell me, go out and go for a run. And I didn't think it was possible to run and cry at the same time, but I will tell you that there's something, I don't know, the Lord made us fearfully and wonderfully, but as you begin to perspire and sweat and maybe your body is feeling some pain, somehow it sort of balances things out again. And it wasn't long before during those runs I was really, really able to commune with the Lord, and I felt a whole lot better. And there are days even lately where Greg will say, if I'm a little grouchy, a little harpy, he'll say, have you gone on your runs yet? Go out maybe you ought to go out. Go take a run in the park. And, it does help me.
It helps tremendously because
just the fresh air too. Just get outside.
It releases the toxins in our body, that we hold on to. And I also want to just point out that exercise is not about to be skinny. It's about being healthy as women. And I just want to tell you, ladies, just that God gave us these bodies. And we're all shaped differently, and we are to embrace our bodies, take care of it, and be healthy.
Yeah, that's the message, really.
Yes.
And that's what.
Thank you.
And that's why it's so important to do weight training. I know a lot of women are scared to do weight training. They feel that they're gonna get like Arnold if they lift 10 pounds. But
we don't want to be anything like Arnold.
Yeah. No. If you were to be able to get big off of lifting 10 pounds, I think every man would be just huge. And it doesn't happen that way. 10 pounds is not gonna bulk you up, but 10 pounds will give you more lean muscle. It'll lower your body fat. It'll help you speed up your metabolism. It'll help you burn more calories throughout the day. It'll have more definition in your arms and a tighter stomach or more definition in your legs. It helps combat cellulitis for people that suffer from it. So it's got a lot of benefits, and one of the main benefits it does, besides making you stronger, is this example right here. Let me show you. Stand up.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so you see the difference between us, right? All right, well, when she was pregnant with our son Kai, and we did Lamaze. So she was laying down, and I'm her coach. And I'm laying down next to her saying, Katrina, you gotta breathe. Well, I'm right here, and she took her left arm around me, and she lifted me up off the bed. And I'm dangling my feet on the side of the bed with my head pressed against her.
This little thing did that.
Lifted me up. And I said, Katrina, just breathe. And she said, I'm breathing already. And I could not get her arm off of my neck for like 5 minutes.
That's what weight training does. It gives you strength.
It makes you strong.
And the doctor said you need to hold on to something and push. So He was right there. I had to use him.
The scar is still here. But interval training is something that's really important, and we talked about that before, is, you know, a lot of us get in the same monotonous routine of walking at the same pace, jogging at the same pace, doing the same exercises on a daily basis. And so interval training is simply...
We can show them if you want.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's great. We got another one.
Come on.
All right, so here's interval training, really quick.
Okay.
So let's
I
just
don't
say,
like interval training either.
Let's just say you're running outside or you're running on the treadmill. All right,
Come
so
on, you're a runner.
You're just doing a casual run.
Yes,
so interval training is doing high intensity for a short period
Stop
of time.
it.
Keep
No,
going.
she's my running partner.
If they're
Here we
running,
go.
Yes.
they're going to run really
We
fast
can do it, Lord. We can do it.
for
Okay,
30
faster?
seconds.
Yes.
30 seconds, they're going to run as fast as they can. After 30 seconds, you're going to
Faster,
slow down.
Kathy, come on.
Okay, I'm going. Go fast.
All right. So now you slow down, all right? So then they slow down after 30 seconds.
heart
And
rate
then
is
after another minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, they're gonna do a short burst of energy again. So when you train like that, you get your body out of the routine of doing the same exercises, and it's proven that your body is gonna burn more calories after that type of workout as opposed to just going steady on a steady walk or a steady run. And I think all of us would like to be able to burn more calories throughout the day more efficiently, whether that's sitting down at work or sitting down at home or cooking dinner or chasing the kids or whatever it may be.
And I think you get more efficient at it, so it doesn't hurt as much. But
Absolutely.
you have to sort of rock the boat a little bit, don't you? It's
Sure.
just,
It's progression, though. You know,
it
a lot
is.
of people that
30
start
seconds
to
I can do,
exercise.
right? You
Yeah.
said
Yeah,
30
30
seconds.
start with
30
30
seconds.
seconds.
I can do that.
I mean, if it's not 30 seconds, it could be 10 seconds. It's just something that gets you out of the routine of doing what you normally do.
Our
you know?
bodies become, you know, when you don't exercise, our bodies become lazy.
Yeah.
And we don't want that. And it doesn't matter what age you are, where you're at right now, it's never too late because, I mean,
No, it's not.
is it Carol?
Oh, yeah,
Right?
Greg's secretary,
Yeah.
Carol. She is just an amazing woman. She doesn't look a day over 50, by the way, but she is. And she was starting to have arthritis in her knees, a problem with her hips. She suffered from migraine headaches, and you know, she was dealing with it kind of from the diet end of things. She was trying to control her eating and eat the right things and all of that, and it helped somewhat. But it wasn't until, when did she start going to the
About
gym?
6 months ago.
About 6 months
got a
ago,
trainer.
she decided to go to the gym, and she decided, I'm going to do something about this, and it has reduced her arthritis to where it's almost negligible. She doesn't even feel it much
Yep.
anymore.
Very little
Tell
pain
her,
in her
tell
knees.
him what she told you the other
Well,
day.
I saw her this morning, and so I asked her, you know, how are you feeling? And she said, Eric, let me tell you. She goes, this past weekend, a bunch of the ladies from the church went out shopping. And before, when she used to go shopping, she would have to stop after about 5 minutes and sit down because the pain in her knees and her hips was so excruciating, she couldn't continue. Well, this past weekend, she walked, and she said they walked up and down the streets and in the mall, and she didn't stop. And she had no pain in her back, no pain in her knees, no pain in her hips. And she attributed it all to the workout that she's been doing. And, you know, that's just a testimony to what God can do if we just go out in a leap of faith and we start an exercise program, no matter how young or how old we are. It's just starting with the little things. And so I just want to encourage you ladies, it doesn't have to be 6 days a week. It doesn't have to be 2 hours. It doesn't have to be in a gym. It doesn't have to be with a trainer. You can do a lot of the stuff at home. You can do it at the park. You can do it with your kids, with their toys. You can just incorporate anything. And even if
Hey,
it's
can I ask
10
you a
minutes.
question? What days do you do the boot camp here?
We do the boot camp here on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And
the
so,
first
okay, so
class,
somebody who's not worked out for like 20 years, they decide, okay, all right, I'm going to start. Could you
absolutely.
give them a, you know, a little program to sort of help them
Every
get going?
Tuesday and Thursday, there's always somebody new to
Yeah.
exercise. And so when I have a group of people, whether it's 15 or 20 or 30 people, there's always people that are more fit, and there's always people at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And so I can modify, or a trainer can modify any exercise. So if you were doing a full push-up because you've been working out previously, somebody can do a modified push-up, whether it's on their knees or on the wall. If we're jogging, I'll walk with you.
Yeah.
And so it's just doing those little things that
That's
makes
so
a big
encouraging
difference.
that it's never too late, and you don't have to get out. I think the mistake a lot of people make is they say, I'm going to get in shape. They get on some extreme program. What is that video, that new video thing that everybody's doing? It's like you work out an
There's
hour,
Insanity,
2 hours.
there's P90X,
And
there's
P90X.
a lot of stuff.
And I know a ton of people who have spent the money, bought those videos.
Yeah.
It's insanely intense, and they are miserable, and they're hating it, but they're, okay, I'll do it, and then it's just like a crash diet,
Sure.
and then it comes to a point where it's like, I'm done. But
Yeah, it
if
doesn't
you,
work.
but ladies, I mean, hello, we have something going on here at the church. Come out and, you know, get inspired. And you know what's really neat is if you get a little fellowship going with other women that are kind of coming into it for the first time with you, you can laugh and tease each other and, you know,
Yeah.
get started
Have
together
fun.
and have fellowship in a great Christian environment. So
Yeah, we do it
Do
Tuesday,
it.
Thursdays, 6:30 in the morning, 6:30 to
that's the trick.
7:15.
You have to go to bed at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night.
The second class is 7:30 to 8:15, and then we have one on Saturdays. Bring a friend, bring a
Yeah.
coworker, bring a neighbor.
Yeah.
Just start doing something.
Yeah.
And you know, last thing is just set realistic goals. Don't think that you
Yes.
have to do everything in 1 week or 1 month.
Yeah.
If you haven't worked out since you were in high school, it's gonna take a little time. The way that we look now, it didn't happen over a month. It took months or years. So you just have to understand that it's gonna take a little
Yeah.
time for you to get the results that you
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, what a great encouragement. Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys
You're
so
All right,
much.
welcome.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're back there.
That was awesome.